with marketing your music, the way to practice it is if you can share an 8-second video and tell a complete story, you you're gonna run things.
You could do Instagram, you could do YouTube, you could do TikTok. All these platforms are kind of moving towards short form video.
Yeah.
But if you can be on video, share a story, and have it be like crystallized, compact, and clear.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
That's
can take, if you could take like an idea for like, let's say a 5-minute YouTube video,
yeah,
just make a YouTube video and do the best you can.
yeah,
Take that idea and condense it down into a 30-second TikTok video. And then if you can take that idea and condense that down into an 8-second video, it's kind of like writing a blog post, a paragraph, and a sentence. If you can take that blog post and narrow it down to one sentence, like this is the idea. I mean, you can tell a story at every level, and that will allow you to, I mean, I think it'll make you a better songwriter and a better producer at the same time, because, think about like a song that comes off the top of my head, Sorry by Justin Bieber, huge song. If somebody goes, ooh, ooh, that little hook at the beginning,
yeah.
that's the whole story. You know that entire song. And everything else is built around that. But that one sentence of music tells you everything you need to know. You know the song.
There's a can of worms in my head, Tom, so I'm not sure how much I want to. I both totally agree with what you're saying. And then also, it's something I've struggled with, like the compression of art and meaning into like the most compact forms possible.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to edit this part out. But I just read, well, last year I read War and Peace, which is a
Wow.
tome.
Good on you.
Thanks. I just like to say that. Maybe I'll keep this in just so I can have myself saying that on
Yeah,
video.
absolutely.
But it's like that's part of the beauty of that book is just the incredible scope of it, right? Like there's no way that if you just read the spark notes, like, well, here's these characters do this and this is what they do, and there you go. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you have to read the book to appreciate like um and I think it's interesting because I feel like different levels of breadth allow for different levels of meaning. Like
Yeah.
a book like War and Peace, you can communicate, you finish it and you're like, wow, I feel like I understand life itself.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you read the spark notes, you're like, okay, I feel like I get this, I get like the, and I feel like our culture has moved more and more toward the short expression of ideas. It's like all the video formats are 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Like songs are like 2.5 minutes now, whereas like 100 years
Mhm.
ago, you go to a symphony and sit for like 3 hours and experience. So I have this like kind of give and take between, I mean, I love the breadth of just sitting with a thing for a prolonged period of time and like letting it
Mhm.
kind of wash over you and you get the most meaning out of that. And at the
Yeah.
same time, to your point, to be like a good storyteller communicator, you have to be able to like communicate the 80% of the meaning in the
Yeah.
short and to the point. And I
Yeah.
have no idea where this topic of conversation is going, but
Well, I definitely have a thought about it, some
yeah,
thoughts about it.
give it to me.
So I think I'm certainly not gonna be on the side of like defending the short form, right? And like, no long form, just short form. That's definitely not my bag.
Mm,
I think one of the great tragedies of the last few years with the TikTokification of the internet is that people feel compelled to make the 8-second video the entire story.
mm,
I think historically speaking, it has served as more of like the tip of the spear to pull
entry
you
point.
into the universe
Yeah,
to then be expanded. Um, you know, like the Star Wars universe is just expanding rapidly now, but it all started with episode 4. And if you just
yeah,
see a lightsaber, your curiosity is piqued. If you've never heard of this before and you hear that zoom, you go, ooh,
yeah.
that.
Dude, that
I
was
want
a
to go a
good
little
sound effect too.
deeper
Did
into
that
this.
well.
Thank you. You want to go deeper and figure out more about this.
Mm,
And so I think with to sort of bring it back to what we do as musicians, and it's just creators on the internet, it's like a bow tie shape, two triangles, their tips
mm,
touching. You start out doing anything and everything, trying to figure out what you're doing and trying to get better at it. And that sort of narrows into this point where you go, all right, I've figured out my message and my storytelling and who I am and what I do. And now it's my job to build out a universe on the other side of that that people can come into when they find that single sentence in video, audio, written form. So you spend your time then building out that back end of your world, who you are, what you want to communicate, so that somebody can always go deeper with you as an individual, with you as a brand, as a business, whatever it is you do. And then you figure out how to really be effective at crafting the tip of that spear. But I think that you're not doing all you could be doing in creating for the world and for others if you only focus on the tip and not the rest of the spear.